So I'm now onto the clear covering. We're going to cover the tailplane first. It's a long time since I've used this material. I've had a practice with the iron, seems to be about spot on. Now I'm in a fortunate position. I actually have a lot of my late father's radio controlled bits and pieces, and I have his iron as well, and I'm going to use that. The reason being is it's a bigger surface, and when I come to be using the going over the wing, I just feel that I'm just going to get a better heat over there. So I'm changing irons. You don't have to change irons, just make sure that you've got rid of all the pink if you've done it in the same process that I have done. Now the only downside, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut myself 2 pieces of the appropriate size. Right, so I've taken the backing off. Let's hope I'm actually using the film, not the backing. And I'm just going to very quickly just tack along this like I did with the fuselage. And what I intend to do is, because my tail surfaces are sanded quite thin, I'm just going to tack round everywhere, and I intend to do the final tacking with them both on. I'm just slowly tacking round this. when you come to just filling the holes, don't do them individually. I am just sweeping up and down, and then flipping it over, sweeping up and down, and then just holding it to the bench. Just give it a chance to cool. Just holding it on the bench there, then you're not going to get any sort of setter or curve. Just it will cool down, good 30 seconds. There we go. And that looks the business. Wow, I'm really pleased with that. So I'm going to again leave that somewhere flat. I might even have a little flat surface just laying on it, but that's superb. There's actually a little bit of condensation in these holes at the moment, so I'm guessing that's going to dry out. So I'm going to leave that somewhere flat, something flat on it, and then I'm going to do exactly the same for the elevator. Exactly the same process. You won't need me. You won't need to watch me doing this, but it's going to be exactly the same. I'm going to add a hinge. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make it 10 millimeters wide. So I'm going to have 5 on here, 5 on there. So I'm just going to gently cut a strip and then add that very gently. Depending on how that goes, I might actually do a reverse strip on here as well. I'll see how the first one goes, and if it does, I might show you the extra I do. So I've covered the rudder, but I've done the hinging slightly differently. Again, I did both sides and then gently heated either side. Now what I've done is I've added the hinge to one side of the rudder, so I'm going to need plenty of movement. So what I've done is I can then just pop that in place like so. Got myself a little bit of a gap, and then I can just add the heat to it like so. And I'm just tacking that all the way along, and that's my rudder nicely hinged. Okay, that's the tail surface is done. I've not fixed the tail plane to start off yet. I want to do all the hinging. It's going to be easier to hinge it, put the hinges in with it off the glider, but there you go. I've got to be honest with you, I've got to make a confession. I've added another hinge on the inside here, because I was just worried. There's a lot of stress goes on this when you're F3K, when you're discus launching this. So I've just added just a small bit of tape on the inside. You can't notice it, but I just feel slightly better. So there you go, she's all ready to go.